Stress physiology, the real cause of diabetes that we misunderstood. Hi, everyone. This is Real Easy Med Terms. In this session, we will learn about stress physiology, the real cause of diabetes that we misunderstood. Chapter 3. Stress response, fight, flight, freeze response. 3. Stress response. The human body's stress response is controlled by the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems alternately, and the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems act opposite to each other, like insulin and glucagon. When a person feels threatened, they respond by fighting, running away or frozen in fear. This is called the fight-flight-freeze reaction, and it is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system. These pictures compare blood distribution during rest with during vigorous exercise. Since we could not find any research data on blood distribution during stress, we referred to blood distribution during exercise, which is similar to the stress response. In times of crisis, the sympathetic nervous system works, drastically reducing blood flow to the stomach, intestines, kidneys, genitals and skin, which is less of a priority for survival, and sends it to the heart and muscles. Cardiac output during rest is 5.8 liters per minute. During exercise, peripheral blood vessels constrict and circulating blood volume increases, so the cardiac output during vigorous exercise is 25.6 liters per minute. This is 4.4 times the cardiac output during rest. During vigorous exercise, blood vessels to the kidneys, stomach, intestines, and genitals constrict, supplying only 1% of blood to these organs. Considering the increased cardiac output, multiplying 1% by 4.4 gives only 4.4%. On the other hand, blood flow to skeletal muscle increases significantly from 21% during rest to 88% during vigorous exercise. Multiplying 88% by 4.4 times, 387% of blood is supplied to the skeletal muscles during vigorous exercise. Of course, since the picture on the right shows the blood distribution during vigorous exercise, the cardiac output during light exercise or during stress response is much smaller than this. Blood distribution during exercise and during stress response show similar patterns. The stronger the intensity of exercise and the more severe the stress, the greater the degree of constriction of peripheral blood vessels and the greater the circulating blood volume. But there is a crucial difference between the blood distribution during exercise and during stress. The blood flow to the skin increases during exercise, but blood flow to the skin decreases during stress. During stress, the sympathetic nerve is excited, blood vessels going to the skin constrict, and the piloerector muscles contract, causing goosebumps. As a result, body heat cannot be radiated through the blood circulation of the skin, and sweat secretion increases instead. In this session, we learned that when the sympathetic nervous system is excited in a stressful situation, it constricts peripheral blood vessels to increase the circulating blood volume and sends most of the increased blood to the skeletal muscles. In the next lesson, we will learn the specific pathology of how the stress response causes diabetes. This is Real Easy Med Terms. Have a great day. See you again.